Yeah, it was on the whole time. Writer, not tech crew. Holy crap, guys. It's more that it's hard for me to get past the idea of, because I remember going to con and I remember thinking, I'm going to take 2 hours out of my day. Only one of those hours is going to be the thing that I actually want to do, want to see, want to hear the person yell at. The other is going to be me wishing I hadn't wasted an hour waiting for the actual hour for the person to talk to. So for all of you to move in and to basically line up and ask what it's like to work with a nostalgia critic, it's so, thank you guys so much for coming out to this show. Has this been a good AnimeNext for you? How was your AnimeNext, guys?
Yeah!
An out-of-sync woo is good? Does not necessarily answer my question. I also would have accepted a harsh, suddenly possessed, collective monotone. Your question is irrelevant, privileged white meat sack. Destruction, your reality is a thinly veiled illusion, populated by cockroaches with the faces of Shiba Inus and Welsh corgis. I'm not saying that wouldn't have been terrifying, but I would have been impressed by the sudden glee-like coordination to show that you guys had rehearsed more than, say, me. So glad to be back. Thank you guys for coming out. My name is Uncle Yo. I am an anime comedian. Yeah, I thought I'd be Asian too. From the name alone. It's amazing because it's only old white guys past the age of 40 who, every time they hear it, they go, yo, 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 and I think, oh, just put on blackface and tap dance. That's not appropriate. We do not do that anymore. Even like Vanilla Ice just went, oh, that sucks. I felt that. And the nostalgia. No, I like being here. I love being surrounded by nerds. It's not just because of the body odor fetish. It's that, for me, it's that nerds and geeks are this wonderful sub-demographic of people, and this is the first time you guys are going to be hearing this, so I don't pretend to apologize. The thing is, nerds are known for two major things, and I think every panelist here at AnimeNext would agree with me. Nerds are known for intelligence and enthusiasm. It's not just that we saw it, we dismissed it, we forgot it. We want to know all about it. It's like the first time you really get injured, you get bit by the Doctor Who bug, it's like the Matrix opens up to you. Everything's a TARDIS. Oh, Pokeballs and TARDIS. Oh, I get it. James Bond is a Time Lord. Yeah, because it can get everything. Yeah, the printer's a Dalek. It's great to be known for what you love. And that's what makes the geek identity so wonderful, because it is a choice. You choose to be a geek because you show you show how you love. You make a t-shirt, you make an anime music video, you make a cosplay, you make a dance, you make a skit. It's better to be known for how you love, how you show that love, than be known for what you love, because that usually 99% of the time makes you a sex offender. Like, there's a big difference. Dude, I love Batman. Still real works Batman. There's a difference. In high school, we built a scaled replica of the Batmobile out of Legos.
Yeah!
Not a word of that was true. I'm from New Jersey. It's funny, here are the nice things. That's the big difference of like this imaginary situation of the imaginary Lego Batmobile versus Steve really likes Batman. Are we going to meet him tonight? He might not even come out of the basement. He really likes Batman. Are you worried? No. There's so much good, because you gotta care about your comics, you gotta care about your anime, as they surely agree with me. Because there's so much BS going right now in sports. So to break down in terms of like a nerdy equation, what happened with the FIFA scandal? Basically, the World Cup organization cheated more than an Ultimate Frisbee League composed of airbenders. They choose where the money went, they always choose the players, that never the impoverished citizens of the nations in which they would build these massive stadiums and they never followed up on it. So they were more privileged than, say, waterbenders visiting SeaWorld. Shamu's sleeping. Like how he is! Pose for my selfie stick! Shamu! See, everything is better when you make it into a Legend of Korra reference. I learned about shipping.
Finally!
That was the absolute worst possible reaction. Okay, I learned about shipping from a 10-year-old at New York My Little Pony Con. Guys, if not gonna react that way, I'm never gonna get through this. I got 8 pages of this crap. The thing is, I liked everything else about the My Little Pony Con. It was sincerely uplifting. It was a new experience that I had not had for years at a con. Because I saw men and their daughters, their 5-year-old daughters, have the same smile for the same reason, unironically. Both were walking around. And I'm like, good! Let them be role models! This is good! We want this! We would have such a better generation of fathers if they sincerely took interest in what their daughter was interested in and spoke to them like a person and didn't allow like the difference in their genitals to completely separate the fact that she's 50% you, dude. Stop her from making the same mistakes you are going to. Okay, here's the deal. My Little Pony has 50% more speaking female leads than Sex and the City. 5 seasons, and they're in 5 seasons of My Little Pony, and they haven't needed to rely on some half-assed romantic subplot. My Little Pony has done more for women than Ally McBeal and Jennifer Aniston's entire film career put together. But what about that perverted 1%? Name a demographic or group that doesn't have a 1%. Alright, name a group of people that don't have a misguided, overly sexualized 1%. There's always going to be that one guy. Hi. And he's the one, he's the guy who ruins it for everybody because he's the loudest and has like multiple Twitter feeds arguing against themselves to argue out the pathological problems he has in his head. He has to ruin it for everybody else. You think the Pokemon world has sex offenders, by the way? Now we're... So is an imaginary construct that's not there. It turns everything into a romantic comedy conspiracy theory. It's the Schrodinger cat of fandom. Those two are making out. Is it on camera? There was one time they were in a store together and they're doing it. Are you watching the show? I was on Tumblr yesterday. Sometimes fans will ruin something you love. Key example, Christianity. Love the book, hate talking to fans who claim to have read the book. Jesus freaks are just conspiracy theorists with better bake sales. That's what it comes down to. My dad got out of his heart surgery, okay. Good job, jeez. Okay, first off, thank the doctor, thank the surgeon. Granted, yes, I would like to have Jesus Christ operating, because what couldn't he do right? He doesn't know the names of any of the parts, but you can get yourself back up. Get yourself back up. We should drain the poison out first. This is faster. Your healthcare does not cover this, dude. So shipping. I learned. I think that those 2 characters are doing it. Would I like the show? I don't know. I don't watch the show. It's like asking someone, what was your favorite Transformer? Megatron or Optimus Prime? Can you take these bolt cutters and sterilize yourself? Thank you. There's some characters that I still do like though. When I go back and watch some of my favorite shows, I still sincerely like the series Inuyasha. It's a now, you cheer thinking I'm not going to cut in a new one. You haven't learned. Thank goodness. Inuyasha for me is very feminist. It's my favorite Yuri relationship because Kagome and Inuyasha are both bitches. a rough one, I know, it's terrible. There's no point worrying about Moroku and Sango, because, you know, Moroku does what every teenager does with a vacuum cleaner, essentially. He puts two and two together, Sango says no. The hand don't. My favorite yaoi ship is still my favorite Yuri ship. That's me and Yuri Lowenthal. My favorite mecha ship. This can go on all day. That's the worst part. But I do have a ship, and I'm happy to finally talk about it. And I don't apologize for it. I ship my fridge with my oven. Because opposites attract. I know they come from opposite ends of the food spectrum. Opposite ends of the kitchen, even. Hell, they can't even use the same outlet, but I believe they belong together. Sure, the fridge has some baggage, leaks everywhere, and has been described as frigid, as probably a Scorpio. Most likely. My oven, well, he's just a hot mess. Recently disconnected from the microwave, being burned in the past. Now he's just ready to get freezer burned personally because he's dangerous, likes to live life dangerously. I know what most of you are thinking. Microwave and oven. Yeah, screw your muffin narrow-mindedness. Fridge and oven, from it. From it forever. If the dishwasher worked between them, they would make love work, or at least, rather than making love work, start love off at like a 2-day internship, teaching how to work the phone, see if it was lying about knowing Microsoft Excel, and it's... Oh! Set the kettle to the pot. Speaking of not masturbating, because I don't do translational material, I have a question about cheesecakes.
Continue.
I don't even know where I'm going with this. You're just calling it. Restaurants have a seasonal cheesecake. My restaurant has a seasonal cheesecake. Every season of the year. Have you ever heard of an out-of-season cheesecake? Because you never will. Cheese is a year-round food. Cake is a year-round food. There's no summer harvest of the cheesecake tree. Migrant workers slaving ankle-deep in raw sewage, runoff, praying for their fair trade pricing so that their 14, they've got their 14 children may harvest cheesecake with spears. Captured it with sticks and bamboo huts in the river. But we call them a seasonal cheesecake, and I think it's the topping that's seasonal. The idea that cheesecake only exists once a year, or they migrate. Flocks of cheesecakes, flying overhead in the V-shaped formation, plopping ricotta on children below. Or the herd rolls south for the winter.
In the mid-fall, the cheesecakes migrate toward a warm climate. But then, so do their predators.
Just like overweight people and rascal scooters. I want to apologize first for my Morgan Freeman impression. It's not even a Morgan, it's an impression of a Morgan Freeman impression. It's like saying Kraft cheese once touched milk. It's not cheese. It's an artificial substitute for fake cheese. It's kind of like Christmas when you ask your parents for a Game of Thrones on DVD and they buy you a copy of Risk. I described you perfectly. Yeah. Less incest than movie killing. Thank you, Grandma. So migrating cheesecakes. A herd of them is rolling down the plains, and the hunter just squats in the bushes wearing massive strawberries over their heads. They appear appetizing, so they use a mating call of the cheesecake, which I can only imagine is the death squeal of a rascal scooter. Get the spears, get the spears! Running cheesecake, running. What if Doctor Who were on social media? What if the Doctor were legitimately the Doctor on social media? He's so funny, he probably still has David Tennant as his Facebook photo. Like he uploads, what a crazy night of the AnimeNext rave, it's Capaldi. Like, wow, you need to update this thing, dude. Jeez, you aged terribly. What did you try to pickle yourself? Every new incarnation of social media, we have to pretend we don't use anymore. anymore, even though it's somewhere out there having adventures. Like they keep releasing novels and audio dramas of the old doctors after they have new books released, because like Colin Baker is still releasing audio dramas. He ain't been the doctor since I was born, but it doesn't stop him. And whenever you leave any social media or email account open, it's living on in memory, like an old version of yourself. I've not used AOL since Paul McGann was the doctor, but I mentioned Fiery Vortex at AOL.com is still getting spammed by GeoCities. Doctor Who is an amazing show about a time-traveling alien where they can change and recast the main character completely, which completely changes the show entirely, while having the exact same villains, format, message, and car since the 1960s. Like, very much like today's Republican Party. That's the same box, isn't it? From like when I was a kid. Totally different on the inside! Does it do the same thing? Oh. I don't know. I think like the Daleks are still trying to call Matt Smith, but Davros only like has Peter Davison's phone number. He's going to call me back when he got back from Androzani. Maybe they have no connection down there. All the signals down there in the caves. Tom Baker's probably still active on MySpace. Like every 4 minutes there's just a new selfie put up there. How are they doing that? Like a Windows system past DOS. K9 knocks through it. Who knows? Patrick Trout is still around there harassing LiveJournal. It should really be Dead Journal by this point. But it resurrected, regenerated, it's on Tumblr. Sylvester McCoy's profile would clearly be LinkedIn because he got one really great job since as a wizard, but nothing since. Now, Matt Smith was practically genetically engineered for Tumblr. His doctor is bipolar, claims to be really intelligent, but just mumbles through everything. And no matter what he does, everyone overreacts and calls him anti-feminist. No matter what he does, no matter what. He's Uncle Moonface with his amazing disappearing, reappearing eyebrows. That's Matt Smith. Essentially, he's a gangly, inflatable tube guy from a car dealership cop with a pumpkin wearing a wig. That's Matt Smith. He is, in his defense, he's still English hot, which is at best subjective. You know, the rough, square, William Shatner, James Cagney, Jaw, the Marlon Brandos, that doesn't work for girls anymore. Now they need something slightly odd. Like, some shots of David Tennant, you're like, David Tennant. And then like, any other shot from any other angle, Toby is free! Trump would do it. Like, underline it, get it away, keep it away from the children in rows. Sincerely to me, the Daleks are the doctor's ex-girlfriend from a job he is still